Hello and welcome to State of Events,
where we keep you up to date on the latest Bay Area news.
I'm Nicole Landon.
And I'm Jared Jotnany.
Polls are indicating that the country is still divided over who is ahead after the third and final presidential debate. The last debate before the November 6th election was supposed to focus on foreign policy, but both President Obama and GOP challenger Mitt Romney managed to find a way to pivot the discussion to the U.S. economy. Polls that show the president and governor are still neck to neck, making an accurate prediction for the presidential election almost impossible. Both candidates are busy with the final campaigning push for votes.
39% of women polled say abortion is the most important issue this election. While Idaho, Nebraska, and Oklahoma plan to stay strict with abortion laws, Arizona is working to reform the abortion policy. After the second debate, President Obama's pro-choice stance was made clear. Governor Mitt Romney would only allow abortion in the case of rape or incest.
Californians will soon decide the outcome of Prop 35, which will decide on the future laws of human trafficking. And with the election just around the corner, campaigners have limited time to sway the voters on the explicit measure. Julie George has a story.
In just a couple weeks, voters will take sides on a controversial measure. Prop 35, or the CASE Act, will expand the definition of human trafficking and increase penalties for traffickers. If passed, Prop 35 would require convicted sexual traffickers to register as sex offenders and additional training for police. Maxine Dugan, founder of the Erotic Service Providers Legal Education and Research Project, thinks Prop 35 is flawed. It doesn't deter trafficking. That's what the real research actually shows. That these high fines and fees and mandating people to register on sex registry does not deter crime. Dugan also says Prop 35 redefines what commercial sex is. So what exactly is commercial sex?
Commercial sex varies from prostitution, phone sex operators, adult film entertainers, and the most popular growing trend in the commercial sex industry, which is live webcam entertainers.
And human or sex trafficking? By definition, it's organized criminal activity in which human beings are treated as possessions to be controlled and exploited. Dugan feels that Prop 35's real goal is to criminalize prostitutes, not to help victims. So how about those in favor of Prop 35? San Francisco State student Candice Greger is passionate about women's rights and feels that Prop 35 would protect women.
Sex trafficking is something that really isn't brought into the limelight enough, in that voting yes on this will force people to understand how much of a problem it is and make the punishments a lot more equal to the crime.
Reporting in San Francisco, I'm Julie George with State of Events.
First it was the gas price increase, and now your taxes could be the next in line to go up. Christina Reyes explains another hike that could not only hurt your backs, but hurt your wallets.
Election day is getting closer, and everyone can definitely feel the tension. The presidential and vice presidential debates has everyone's attention. But what if I told you that both Romney and Obama are declining to touch up on one issue? They have argued their plans to get America back on their feet, yet have failed to fill us in on whether or not taxes will increase or decrease by next year.
Will not, under any circumstances, raise taxes on middle-income families.
Now, 5 weeks before the election, he's saying that his big, bold idea is never mind.
By the end of this year, a temporary reduction in Social Security payroll taxes will be expiring. Neither candidate has proposed an extension.
According to Congress, extending the tax holiday will affect Social Security negatively. The tax increase is set to take effect by January 2013.
The Republicans who have sworn off taxes are not motivated to find a solution to an issue that will cost workers about $1,000 a year.
The allowing the holiday on the payroll tax to expire might be one piece of common ground between congressional Republicans and Democrats. And so as a result, there might not be a lot of discussion on that as well.
And if either presidential candidate proposes an extension, it will not make it through Congress. Prepare your pockets to say goodbye to the payroll tax holiday and hello to more money taken out of your paycheck. Reporting in San Francisco, I'm Christina Reyes, State of Events.
And coming up after the break, we'll tell you about the latest food recall after a recent E. coli outbreak.
And later in the show, we'll let you know what San Francisco State is spending $80 million on.
Coffee awakens all the senses, but only fair trade certified coffee awakens the sixth sense, the sense of fairness. Fair trade certified coffees are bought directly from family farmers, guaranteeing them better incomes and strengthening their communities. Fair trade certified. Taste fairness. Look for the label wherever you buy coffee. Better living conditions. Justice. It's people like you that can make that happen. Fair trade certified coffees are bought directly from family farmers, guaranteeing them better incomes and strengthening their communities. Fair trade certified. Taste fairness. Look for the label wherever you buy coffee.
Chances of playing in the NFL, 1 in 1,500. Chances of becoming a pop star, 1 in 3,000. Chances of becoming a Hollywood actor, 1 in 5,000. Chances of getting into a school of your choice are better than 4 in 5. First round enrollment. It's for your family's future.
With foreign policy a low priority in a campaign focused on the economy, it was unclear what impact the debate would have on the U.S. For our global response, Lauren Martinez has the insight with your world update.
Thanks, Jared. The New York Times says the debate broke little new ground on foreign policy and rests more on their sense of leadership rather than their particular policies. On CNN, active online responses from China feel both candidates made little mention of their growing superpower. For Afghanistan and Pakistan, responses say Romney's comments on the country's nuclear weapons program brought the relationship down between the two countries. As for a response in Libya, one blogger stayed up till 4:30 a.m. local time to watch the debate and would like more years from Obama. Libyan responses are favoring Obama and feel he has brought more stability to the Middle East. In Italy, a group of 6 scientists and a government official have been sentenced to 6 years in prison each. On April 6, 2009, a magnitude 6.3 quake hit a central Italy's L'Aquila. A regional court found the 6 scientists guilty of manslaughter for downplaying the risks. Prosecutors said they gave falsely reassuring statements before the earthquake. The damage and destruction caused thousands to lose their homes and 309 people were killed. The International Cycling Governing Body formally stripped Lance Armstrong of his 7 Tour de France titles. The U.S. Anti-Doping Agency says there's overwhelming evidence that Armstrong was involved in a doping program. The agency announced it would ban Armstrong from the sport for life and strip him of his results from 1998. The decision wiped out 14 years of his career, though Armstrong continues to maintain his innocence. After the agency findings were released, Armstrong is losing sponsorship by Nike, Anheuser-Busch, and Oakley. That's it for your World Update. I'm Lauren Martinez. Back to you.
The CIA wants the White House to approve the purchase of several more armed drones. The proposal by CIA Director David Petraeus would boost the number of drone strikes the agency could carry out in Pakistan and Yemen. It would also allow the CIA to use drones on emerging al-Qaeda threats in North Africa and other trouble spots. If approved, the CIA will add as many as 10 drones to its fleet that now numbers around 35.
Ground beef products from Hawaii and Utah are being recalled because they may contain E. coli. An estimated 4,100 pounds of bulk beef produced from October 17th from Haiga Market in Hawaii was distributed to restaurants in Oahu. In Utah, 2,300 pounds of beef produced by Main Street Quality Meats is also contaminated. Packaged beef from October 18th through the 19th was distributed to restaurants throughout Utah. There are no reported cases of E. coli.
And it's the end of the journalistic era. Newsweek's publisher announced it will stop printing the magazine at the end of this year and will only issue digital editions. The company adds it's been hard hit by declining sales and the shrinking print advertising environment. The online version of Newsweek will be by paid subscription. And coming up after the break, we will tell you about a new kind of ATM that can help both the environment and your wallet.
And a new facility at SF State. All the details after the break. Stay tuned.
Take a deep breath.
UCSF Valencia Health Services believes that spending quality time with our patients is the key to providing excellent health care.
Time for a checkup. Okay, honey.
You spend time with your kids because you care about them. Well, so do we. Valencia Health Services' dedicated staff of nurse practitioners and pediatricians are here for your child's needs. Quality time, quality care. UCSF Valencia Health Services.
Guess what? What? My mom just finished enrolling me in school and I just can't wait to start. My dad just took me shopping to buy everything I need for school. My mom says I'm going to learn a whole bunch of new exciting things. What about you? I don't know. My mom hasn't filled out the application yet.
You have the tools, you have the power. You can help your child by completing the enrollment application on time today.
Today's the day Apple unveils details about their new iPad. It turns out the news isn't as big as we expected. In fact, it's quite small. This morning, Apple introduced a smaller iPad at the California Theater in San Jose. The thinner, lighter version of the iPad will be starting at $329, making this the most affordable iPad on the market. Pre-ordering begins on Friday.
If you need to get rid of your old electronics to make room for the new ones, Emma Gribben may have the solution to your phone-filled junk drawer.
A new kind of ATM could help the environment and your wallet. Not sure what to do with all your old devices? Instead of tossing my old phone in the trash, I could get cash to go towards a new one.
Eco ATM is installing machines which will give you the opportunity to recycle and earn cash. But where does your phone go? The recycled phones get placed in secondary markets on and offshore to essentially get reused. 75% of what's collected finds a second life as a phone. The rest becomes recycled material.
I use them until they don't work anymore or my brother and sister needs them.
There are alternatives, like Gazelle.com, where you select your phone and the condition. The site will estimate how much your phone might be worth. From there on, you print a shipping label and receive your money later in the mail.
Eco ATMs also give you the opportunity to donate some or all of your earnings to charity. Giving back your phone and giving back to the community is just one click or a trip away. Back to you.
Now that the library is done, SF State is on to the next project. State of Events reporter Krista Williamson is standing by to tell us what to expect next from San Francisco State. Krista?
Thanks, Nicole. I am here at San Francisco State University where I've been learning all about the university's newest project. The new Wellness and Recreation Center. This project has been in talks for quite some time, but now these talks are going to become a reality. SF State has chosen a construction manager for this project, the same manager that designed many college gyms in the past. This 112,000 square foot gymnasium will have many new features students at SF State will have never seen before. San Francisco State's intramural and sport club coordinator Ryan Fetzer is excited for the school's new addition.
Well, we're currently working with architects to kind of create that design for what the facility itself will actually look like, which is a tedious process. We do have a lot of student input involved. There are always students on these committees to help kind of guide that process along to make sure the student voices are being heard. And you know, some of the things that we're looking at is a 2-court gym, as well as expanded fitness and weight room facility, a rock climbing wall, a multi-purpose activity court, racquetball courts, a 6-lane lap swimming pool, as well as a leisure pool, locker room facilities.
The rec center will cost a whopping $80 million. All the funding has been raised through student fees. In 2009, students voted on increasing their student fees by $60 per semester to fund the gym. This has caused many mixed feelings around campus. Junior Alyssa Ocampo is looking forward to how the gym will bring students together into a tighter student community.
Sports in San Francisco seem to not be as big
other places, and a lot of people don't ever come to our gym because it's not that nice, they don't know about it, and I think with this, a lot of people would be more involved in sports and physical activity.
SF State senior Beth Town feels very differently about the rec center.
I think that if we're going to raise that much money, we should put it towards academics. Like the arts building is pretty not up to date, or hiring teachers that were fired, smaller classrooms, stuff like that. Stuff to make like just school life better.
The new Recreation and Wellness Center will be located on Winston Drive at the Sutro Library site, but don't be expecting a grand opening just yet. Anticipated opening of the new gym will be in the year 2016. Live at San Francisco State University, I'm Krista Williamson for State of Events. Back to you in the studio.
After the break, hear about which local high school had a sex club.
And we'll tell you what activities cost less than $1. We'll be right back.
Chances of playing in the NFL, 1 in 1,500. Chances of becoming a pop star, 1 in 3,000. Chances of becoming a Hollywood actor, 1 in 5,000. Chances of getting into a school of your choice are better than 4 in 5. First round enrollment. It's for your family's future.
A competition to track sexual activity among students at Piedmont High School has been stopped. The sex club was run by male students. They monitored unknowing female students' sexual activity and documented it. The leagues was reported to officials by students who came forward after attending a date rape prevention assembly. Officials do not know of any criminal activity linked to the league at this time.
Rents are going up in the Bay Area, especially in San Jose and San Francisco. Real Facts, which tracks apartment rents, say rents have jumped 10.4% in the last year. That's the biggest increase in the country. The average rent in San Jose is now $1,980. San Francisco rents are up almost 9.5%. They now average $1,800 a month.
The Oakland Zoo is now tracking elephants with GPS devices. Students are using this information to learn where elephants go and what they are doing. This is a part of the nationwide study conducted by the American Association of Zoos and Aquariums. The zoo plans to use the study's results to see how they can improve their care practices, which include elephant pedicures on a daily basis.
The battle over turf at a San Francisco soccer field is now going to court. There was a battle about installing turf and lights at Golden Gate Park's Beach Chalet soccer field. The new lawsuit claims that the city overlooked the health risks of chemicals used in the turf. Construction was scheduled to get underway in January, but that's now on hold.
The World Series is returning to San Francisco. Last night amidst rain, the Giants beat the Cardinals 9-0. A bitch by Romero, which retired Cardinals Matt Holliday with a pop-up to Scutaro, ended the game. Giants cheered along with fans who continued to wave their orange rally flags well after the game. Now Giants are set to play the Detroit Tigers this Wednesday at 5.
Want to have an eventful weekend but barely have the money to spend? Don't worry, Bia Roldan has a lineup of events you can attend without breaking your wallet.
Thanks, Nicole. This Friday is the last time you can pay just half of the normal admission fee to visit the arts and art galleries and exhibits in Oakland. The promotion is part of Summer Nights at the Oakland Museum of Art. If you visit from 5 to 9 p.m., you will only have to pay $6 to get in. Also happening this Friday is something a little different. You can visit the De Young Museum to listen to contemporary opera. Sounds like something you can't afford? Not at all. You can enjoy the performance for free. Just don't try to get into the galleries without paying. Here's something almost no one can turn down, not even you. Free ice cream. You heard me right. This Saturday, BART is giving away free ice cream at the El Cerrito and Pittsburgh Bay Point stations. The freebie is in celebration of BART's 40th anniversary. After grabbing some free ice cream, you could head on down to the Presidio on Sunday to enjoy the off-the-grid picnic and food truck party. This Sunday is the last off-the-grid event of the year. And there will also be live music and food stands from all over the San Francisco area. To make it even more fun, you can rent croquet and horseshoe sets. Also, with Halloween just around the corner, there are a lot of costumes and trick-or-treating events that are free, and one of them is this 11th annual Halloween Hoopla and Costume Parade happening at the Yerba Buena Gardens this Sunday. There will be live music and eco-friendly crafts great for the little ones. For more details and dozens of cheap and free events in the Bay Area, you can visit funcheap.com. Always remember, you don't have to be rich to have a good time.
Thanks, Via. Coming up next, the Bay Area is expected to have a dry winter.
But that won't mean we won't see more rain in this week's upcoming forecast, which is right after this short break. Stay with us.
Take a deep breath.
UCSF Valencia Health Services believes that spending quality time with our patients is the key to providing excellent health care.
Time for a checkup.
You spend time with your kids because you care about them. Well, so do we. Valencia Health Services' dedicated staff of nurse practitioners and pediatricians are here for your child's needs. Quality time, quality care. UCSF Valencia Health Services.
Guess what? What? My mom just finished enrolling me in school and I just can't wait to start. My dad just took me shopping to buy everything I need for school. My mom says I'm going to learn a whole bunch of new exciting things. What about you? I don't know. My mom hasn't filled out the application yet.
You have the tools, you have the power. You can help your child by completing the enrollment application on time today.
The bright, loud streak through the sky on Wednesday night was a meteor from outer space on its way to Earth. Since then, experts and astronomers have been searching for pieces of rock. On Sunday, they found one at a Nevada home. A 63-gram, 2-inch chunk of a meteorite landed right in a resident's backyard.
The Bay Area may not get much rain this winter. That's because the western United States is expected to have unusually warm and dry weather this season. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says the dry winter will come behind one of the worst droughts in the U.S. history.
And now we will turn to Brittany Young with your weekly forecast. Brittany?
Thanks, guys. Hopefully the storm didn't rain on anybody's parade too much over the past few days. Fortunately, it looks like the rain won't be sticking around for very much longer. Tomorrow morning, we'll have a few showers and the sun will peek through in the afternoon. Thursday, we'll start to see some of those puddles start to disappear and the temperatures will definitely rise. Friday, we'll have, again, some warmer temperatures in the high 60s, which is great for San Francisco. And for the weekend, you guys can expect some low to mid 70 temperatures, which is just great. You guys can get out and do whatever you want to do. While we may not be needing our rain gear and umbrellas, our East Coast viewers definitely will be. It looks like Tropical Storm Sandy is about to hit within the next 5 to 7 days. The Carolinas and Maine will be experiencing some torrential downpours, flooding, and damaging winds. We'll have another update for you with Tropical Storm Sandy next week. Back to you guys.
And that's it for State of Events. To stay in the loop, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Be sure to tune in next week for more of the latest news from around the Bay.